Hello, viewers. It's Mr. Michael from Screen Review, bringing you a new podcast from my channel called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to be too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and anything else out of the way, let's get into the episode of Donbrothers. So basically, it's late night, and we see, we see the Rangers, basically the four main Rangers and Joel at Black Tiger Shop having a ramen party, eating ramen. So basically, as the Rangers are eating ramen, there was wondering about the Black Ranger. After 31 episodes so far, none of the other Rangers know who doesn't know that Isma, the fugitive, is the Black Ranger. After 31 episodes, they still don't know the identity of the Black Ranger being Isma, the fugitive. So basically, the Rangers were talking about that, wondering who is the Black Ranger, and basically that's what Jill said. I believe that the Black Ranger is that fugitive guy, Isma, and the Rangers are killed. Well, why you believe that? Cause the first time I bumped into the Black Ranger, I noticed his smell. So basically, after that encounter, I saw Isma, and he smelled exactly the same as the Black Ranger. So basically, Izoshi and the other Rangers were doubting that, doubting Jiro about, was kind of doubtful that Izoshi, that Jiro, about the whole, about the Black Ranger smelling like Izumo, the future thing. So basically was doubting, so basically the other Rangers was doubting, the whole explanation from Jill that he believes that Izumo is the Black Ranger. But and that's when Mortal decided that the next time we see the Black Ranger, we're gonna find out we're gonna find out the identity of the Black Ranger the next time we meet him. The next day we see. So basically, we see the Black Ranger. The next day. This roll around the city and whatnot, and he noticed that his bounty went up. So basically, telling the Black Ranger is what it fugitive being framed from his wife's disappearance, and also he was wondering, he was kind of doubting that Ishizuki's wife is really his wife. So basically, he didn't. So basically, he was kind of devastated after seeing Ichijoji hug his wife, and the whole situation, his wife being Ichijoji's wife, the Pink Ranger's wife, and whatnot. So basically, at this time, after 30 episodes, the Black Ranger does not know he does not know the identities of the other Rangers at this moment. So after 31 episodes, the Black Ranger doesn't know the identity of the other Rangers either. So anyway, after seeing his new wanted poster with the increased bounty, a monster based of a ghost ranger started to attack the people, and basically he morphed up, and the Rangers showed up on the scene. Basically, not seeing him morphed up and whatnot, he morphed up into his ranger form, and the Rangers came after, and they started to fight. They started to fight, and they started to fight the monster. But he was still wondering that it's Yoshi's wife that looks like his wife. It's really his wife. Where her memory's going and whatnot. So basically, was still dreading all that over what went down in the previous episode where Ichigo hugging his wife and whatnot. That looks just like his wife and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So basically, the Red Ranger was trying to tell him that, if you get the opportunity, meet me at Black Kaido's, cafe, and we could finally had chat, but the Black Ranger was not listening, but he was being distracted. So basically, the monster managed to use his powers to get away from the Rangers and whatnot. So basically, the Rangers were. So basically, once the monster got away, the Rangers on the left, and basically the Rangers were waiting for the Black Ranger to come to Black Kaido's shop. But he never showed up because he was distracted about this whole wife, about his wife being married to another man situation and whatnot with Ichigo. So anyway. So basically, the Red Ranger got, the Rangers got stood up and whatnot, and basically, but the customers with dogs start to show up at Black Kaido's shop and whatnot, and basically the one dog, a kid with a dog showed up, and basically it seemed like the other Ranger thought that the dog was that the Black Ranger was the kid's dog, was the kid's dog for real. The Yellow Ranger believes that the Black Ranger is really a dog, so really a dog outside of Ranger form. It's kind of stupid, but but at the same time funny. So anyway, so basically, Momotaro said that after the Black Ranger stirs up, the next time we meet him, we're gonna I have a plan to catch him. So anyway, somewhere in the city, we see this guitar player, playing, somewhere in the street, for people and whatnot. So basically, this guitar player was wondering about this girl that used to come watch her sing, has not been around lately, called Sunko or something like that, and wondering what happened to her. So basically, this struggling, guitar player who formed, in the street, playing his guitar, was wondering about this girl who used to come see her perform, in the street, playing his guitar and whatnot. So anyway, the monster once again showed up and started to attack people, and basically the Rangers showed up. The Rangers all showed up again when the monster made its way on this bridge. So basically that the Red Ranger, the Rangers like, why didn't you came to the cafe for us to talk? The Black Ranger said, I did not know you guys told me to come to a cafe to talk to you guys. He was not paying attention last time. So anyway, the Red Ranger during the fight, once again the monster got away, during the fight, and so after the fight, the Red Ranger tried to capture the Black Ranger in his Ranger form and tried to take him back with them to Kaido's back to Kaido's Black Cafe, back to the cafe owned by Black Kaido, but the monster came back and hit him and hit the Black Ranger and sent him flying off the bridge, and he hit the guitar player, and basically his sunglasses pulled off, and he demorphed and disappeared, and his sunglasses was laying next to the guitar player, and the Rangers went down and saw that that his sunglasses, that the Black Ranger's sunglasses was next to the guitar player, and they thought that the guitar player is actually the Black Ranger. So basically, when the guitar guy came through after being hit by in the head by the Black Ranger in his Ranger form. He came to, and basically the Rangers who assumed that the guitar player is the Black Ranger, like the guitar player thought these guys were a rock group, but sooner he found out that they are the Rangers. After he picked up the Black Ranger, after he picked up Ishbar's sunglasses, and used it to morph. So basically, once again, the monster started to attack again. The guitar player used Ishbar's glasses to transform into the Black Ranger, and Ishbar managed to find the other Rangers, and and watching the fight, and seeing the guitar player, using his Ranger powers to fight the monster with the rest of the Rangers. So Anyway, once again, the monster sent the Black Ranger flying, and basically the guitar player demorphed, and Ishbar took back his sunglasses, and got his Ranger powers back after taking his sunglasses back after the monster sent the guitar player flying and whatnot, and ended up helping out the Rangers. And basically, the guitar player explained the whole situation. So basically, like Ishbar decided to let the guitar player to pretend to be him. So basically, Ishbar said that so basically the other Rangers think that you are the real Black Ranger. So basically, he's like, you know what, you keep on doing that. So basically, Ishbar doesn't want to meet the other Rangers as of yet. So basically, he said, you tend to be me in front of the Rangers when they're not in Ranger form. I continue to be the Black Ranger, in Ranger form and whatnot. So basically, the guitar player is like, all right, then we have a deal. And until Ishbar said, this is until my situation gets straightened out and whatnot. So anyway, so the guitar player hanged out with the Rangers outside the Ranger form, while the real Black Ranger, Ishbar, continued to be the Black Ranger in Ranger form and whatnot. So anyway, we finally get the identity of the Nahomata. It turns out there's this fat man who is obsessing over his weight. So basically, as you know, Nahomata take over people with strong desires and obsession over things and whatnot. So basically, the fat dude went to this all-you-can-eat buffet, and basically, the lady there, like she was talking about, how he was, obsessing over his weight and whatnot, and the lady said that, you should not be over obsessing over your weight. I like a man who has pounds on him. And basically, after hearing that compliment, the Nahomata left the fat guy's body, and basically after the fat guy stopped obsessing over his weight after that confidence, and basically the Nahomata, after that boost of confidence, the Nahomata left the fat guy's body and went to go find somebody else who has a strong desire or for something or who is also extremely obsessed about something else and whatnot. Went to go find a new host after that. So anyway, things here. So basically, though, Ishbar, while the guitar player was trying to was posing as the Black Ranger, outside the Ranger form, Ishbar had a conversation with Ichiyoshi about how he met his wife and who is also his wife. He said that, I met her at the beauty salon after several haircuts. I asked her to go out with me ever since that day. ever since that day, we've been going out ever since that day. I asked her out at the hair salon that she worked at, and and a year later became husband and wife. So basically, that Ijoshi, it turns out that their wife was coming to have lunch with Ijoshi, but the Black Ranger was not sure that this is her wife, but was not sure about this, about she'll meet her after not knowing that this is his wife or not. So basically, he went and hide, and basically that's when the guitar player who was posing as the Black Ranger showed up and saw Yoshi's wife slash Isbar's wife, and basically and basically said and mistook her, and mistook her as that girl that used to come see her, play his guitar in the street and whatnot. And so basically, it's Yoshi and the guitar player got into it. And as for Isbar, a policeman saw him, and basically he had no choice but to run. Went away to the situation. So basically, Momotaro. So basically, Ichiyoshi and the guitar player went to Momotaro and said, "There's one way that you guys can settle this." So basically, it's during a duel. So basically, Ichiyoshi and the guitar player were about to duel using the range of power. So basically, the guitar player still has Ichiban's glasses. Must have got Ichiban's glasses to transform into the Black Ranger from Ichiban. And basically, he was about to fight the other way. Was about to fight Ichiyoshi, the Pink Ranger. And basically, that's when Ichiyoshi's wife slash Ichiban's wife showed up and start this whole duel thing that They said, "I never met you before, so basically, I believe that you must mistake me for some girl that you think I am, and I think you're mistaken and whatnot." So basically, that situation was dealt with, and basically was taken care of quickly. So anyway. So anyway, that's when the Naho monster, the Gosei Naho monster, took control of the guitar player. Now the guitar player is being controlled by the Gosei Naho monster, and basically he started to attack Yoshi, and his wife managed to get away. And basically the other Ranger showed up. The real Black Ranger showed up, got his powers back, and basically all the Rangers showed up and started to fight the Naho monster. They started to fight the Nahamas and whatnot. And so basically, all the Rangers showed up, and all the Rangers and that crew Zero as well showed up and started to fight the Gosei Naho monster. And basically, the Rangers transformed into their Megazord forms. So basically, Zero transformed into his Megazord form, and the Rangers transformed into their Megazord form, and basically had a human-sized Megazord fight and destroyed the Gosei. And destroyed the Naho monster. This time, the Naho monster did not grow, so basically it was just a human-sized Megazord fight that was very good. And basically, the Naho monster was destroyed. The guitar player went back to his old self, and basically, started to play his guitar. But during the fight, when the Black Ranger got his powers back, the Rangers noticed that that this guitar player probably wasn't the real Black Ranger at all, but was just a poser. So basically, the other Rangers realized, that the guitar player wasn't really the Black Ranger at all during the fight, during the final fight against the Gosei Naho monster. Anyway, turns out the real girl the girl that the guitar player who was looking for showed up, and finally showed up, did not look anything like Ichiban and Yoshi's wife, and basically it was just another mistaken identity. So basically the real girl So basically, the guitar players, the girl who come to see the guitar player play in the street showed up and said that, I've been busy lately, but I've been looking forward to seeing you again. And basically now that girlfriend and boyfriend. So basically, the Black Ranger said, for now I'm going to stay. For now I decide not to. So basically, the Black Ranger decides to, for now, he's not going to fully join the Rangers or try to find out who the Rangers are, and basically headed to Black Kaido's shop, and he saw the four main Rangers there that he does not know that is Shinji Hadara, it's Yoshi and Momotaro or the Rangers or Jiro. Jiro's not there, but he's like he came to Black Cloud South. He's the four main Rangers is there, and basically the episode ended with the other Rangers saying that, oh, Roku is, well, how is your day being diffused? And like he's like and it was fixing of these idiots right here, and basically this how the episode ended with the Black Ranger not knowing that the people in the shop are really the Power Rangers. This episode ended with none of the Rangers figuring out who the Black Ranger is, and the Black Ranger not figuring out who the other Rangers is, and basically that's how the episode ended on this note. So anyway, this episode was okay. That's all I got to say. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Good or bad or just okay? This episode was just okay to me. So anyway, sign off. One.